Good evening and welcome to Grumpy Mark Talk UK.
Yeah, I'm
Evening.
the demotivated Cass, and we've got Martin.
The overtired Martin who hasn't had his nap today. So.
I don't know his granny nap yet.
I could do with a granny nap, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, I spent most of today asleep on the sofa.
Your audio's really shit again.
Oh, fuck's sake.
How's everyone doing? Hi, DePayne, Dennis, Dale, Ben, Gareth.
That was really aggressive. You're just going to shout at people, Cass.
Gareth, Ben.
Better now?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Who's this fucker Dinky?
Who?
Where is Dinky?
I don't know. Who the fuck is Dinky?
No clue.
No idea.
Yeah.
And welcome everybody. How we doing?
Good. It's Tuesday, so.
It is Tuesday. We're here. All right, Diddy. We've got some interesting shit today.
Hang on.
We have.
Let's get that out of the way.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Did you untime him out?
No, I can't untime him. I can only time him out.
Oh, okay. Untime him out. Well, untime him out. It's fine. There we go.
Things as traditions.
Yeah, gotta keep it. Gotta keep the tradition. One day he'll get auto banned for being timed out too many times in a chat.
Does that happen?
And then he'll just—I don't know. Maybe. Oh dear. How's everyone doing? It's all right. Not bad.
Mark, are you in handcuffs again?
Yeah. Tied up.
Tied up. Leicester is going into a local lockdown.
Leicester is in local lockdown.
Does that mean you can't leave or enter like Leicester?
That's the theory.
They're not going to police it. They're just going to let people use their own common sense. I
I
guess.
think they ought to let people kill themselves. I've got to be brutally honest.
Did you have the pubs open for like a few days, or were they supposed to start opening tomorrow or
4th, isn't
Saturday?
it? Is it
Yeah,
Saturday?
the 4th.
Yeah,
it was
Saturday.
like almost at the finish line, and then nah.
It's called National Violence Day because that's what's going to happen.
It's going to be like the last Friday before Christmas, where all the offices go out for a beer, and it's just called Batter Your Boss Night.
Yeah.
But no, luckily, whilst I live in Leicestershire, it hasn't affected us, and in fact, Melton and Rutland, which is where I live, has actually got the lowest.
And that sucks.
We've actually got the lowest area, one of the lowest. I'm talking shit. I'm that tired. I am talking out of my shit box.
Nice.
But Leicestershire, is that the place where you like live in small hobbit houses in like hills?
No, Leicestershire's the county. Leicester's in Leicestershire, along with lots of other towns and villages.
Yeah. See, but here in Norwich, we don't have Norwichshire. It's just Norfolk.
Because you're all hobbits in Norfolk. Or...
Yeah. The Six Toes. Yeah.
No. Sorry, you didn't make it. It was open for almost 48 hours.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Almost 48 hours.
Almost 45. Something like that.
Yeah. Rutland's got really low numbers. 91 per 100,000 people.
Yep. That's
Decent.
probably because
That
there's only about 30 people that live in Rutland. No, I'm joking. But
Okay.
what's the Melton number?
Melton, Leicestershire is 203. It just says Rutland. Northamptonshire, it doesn't say.
Well, to put into perspective, our government has opened from the 27th that we can go to countries who have less than a weekly count of 20 cases per 100,000 people.
Send them to
Okay.
Leicester. Well,
So we can't go to UK.
But all of Norfolk is 249 per 100,000.
Well, that's what I'm saying. 249.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, what are you vaping on, gents?
Mark.
me. Nibiru, bitches. I'm on the Nibiru with the... I don't know why I look at the bottom of that every week. Because I can never remember what it's called. And every time I look at the bottom, I realise it hasn't got the name on the bottom, but I do it every week. Someone help me out. Someone help me out.
It's called the Danny.
The Mini. There we go. And I have... says has been. I am on a second bottle of Green with Envy from Pot Shots or Chefs or whatever you want to call it, which is a blackcurrant and absinthe. This is very nice. Very nice. And that is literally, since I got the Nibiru last week, all I've been vaping on.
Nice. Martin, what you vaping on?
I'm vaping on my Mad Tech Fenrir with my Skyfall, and I actually just put in the last Miyako I haven't tried yet, the raspberry one. So yeah, that's working out so far. And I'm on my Imperia, on my Datu. And what do I have in that? I have the Miyako Forest Roots. And I have the same in my Nibiru, on my Cranium, Lignum, which is like a light show. No. Oh, there is like a LED in here that flashes because it's see-through.
That what? What?
there's an LED in here, and because this is like transparent.
Hang on. You are not joking either, are you?
No.
Ruined it. Thought that was a cool mod. Now it's not. Oh god, it's awful.
Oh, hang on. He's still got the bin sign over his head. Hang on. Do that again. Oh no.
No, it's shocking.
Martin.
I love it, and it's even got my name on it, so
You might as well have a Zomo laser for all that's worth now.
can't see that. Can you see that?
I don't want to see it now. No, it's just completely spoiled that mod for me now.
Well, you can get it in like a wooden version. I just got like a special weird edition because.
Does the wood one have they drilled like candles or something into it? So no.
In the wood one, you can only see the LED on the bottom here. There's like a little half moon. It's because you need to see the LEDs because it's a Gorgon chip, so it's a touch button. So you need to be able to see the different lights that it flashes to be sure you're in the right mode.
As Ben says, so a fancy smoke mod then.
Yeah, Czech Republic. So, and then last but not least, I'm vaping on something that I will show you later. So I won't reveal it now.
It's only 2 or 3 weeks coming, isn't it?
No, it isn't. Should have been on last week. When we get to it, I'll explain why I didn't do it last week. Yeah, Cass.
So I'm vaping on my .io, which I fucking love. I've got the dot shell in there and a beautiful Pilgrim Vapes coil. And inside that, I have got Nova Vapes Tea Time Treat, which is like a custard cream flavour. I mean, the label leaves something to be desired, but actually it's a pretty nice juice. And I've got my Nibiru on top of the Minikin, because I think the purple is cool, and it's easy, and it's a good mod. And inside that, I have got some, I don't know, white label bullshit. Jeffrey's Vintage Vape, Elderflower and Apple. Don't know if you guys have heard of them.
Guys, did you just sniff your fingers?
So, thanks for the follow, Farting Socks. Best name ever.
How do I mute Ben? Just looking in.
No, anyway, running Elderflower and Apple, and actually I've enjoyed this juice on this tank more than any other tank I've tried it on. And I'm getting through it, which is a bit worrying.
Mark, elderflower and apple, someday, maybe.
It's in your box.
What else is in Martin's box? I'm a little bit worried now.
I think we're at like a container now or something like that.
We've got.
What is that going
We've
to
literally
cost us
got
then?
boxes ready to go.
How many pops are in that?
I don't know. I've lost count.
So are you ordering pops to the UK and then getting them posted out to you?
Lindsay likes to shop, so she shops for me. So it's better than her spending her own money, right, Mark?
I'd like to say that was the case, but she'll always put a couple on extra when she orders for you. All your fault.
Well, then it's like she's spending more money than she actually is because she's getting like half of it in return.
I think she just likes receiving post. So if anyone wants just to send Lindsay letters, PM me and I'll give you the address.
Did he? Before you make any narky comments, watch this space.
About what? What?
He says, I'm really getting through the Jeffries trifle.
Ah.
Yeah. Watch this space, did he?
You see, little facetious comments like that get you nowhere, did he, my friend? Nowhere.
But yeah, so anyway, yeah, I've got the Nibiru, which I fucking love, and I've got elderflower and apple, which I am fucking loving, actually. It's been, since I got the Nibiru last week, it's all I've vaped.
I'll second that. But we'll talk about the Nibiru and our experiences in a little while.
In a little while. Shall I do some news?
Let's do it.
Cool. So, I didn't know this was happening, but apparently it is. Holland has banned vaping flavoured vaping products.
Have they?
Apparently.
But THC is okay.
Well, it says, in a letter to Parliament last week, State Secretary Paul Blockhouse of Public Health said
Is he
that
Scottish?
Well, it's spelled Blokhuis.
He's Scottish and Blockhouse.
Blockhouse of Public Health said that tobacco flavours are being exempted so that smokers may continue to use e-cigarettes as smoking cessation tools. All kinds of organisations are working very hard to make it harder to start smoking and easier to quit. This is also urgently needed because it remains unacceptable that 20,000 people die in our country every year from the effects of smoking and about 75 children start smoking every day, he says. However, this measure came in response to a recent report by the Trimbos Institute. Research conducted by the Institute concluded that, concluded that e-cigarettes are more harmful.
Do you know if I'd have read this before the show? Oh, there's so many changes I'd make to this.
Researchers conducted by the Institute concluded that e-cigarettes are more harmful than expected and that public health would benefit by discouraging its use. In line with arguments by most public health and harm reduction entities, the Institute advised limiting the use of e-cigarettes as smoking cessation tools to smokers who are unable to quit via other means. The new insights confirm that the smoke-free generation that is on its way must be also an e-cigarette-free generation. There is no room for e-cigarettes with all kinds of seductive, erotic flavours, said the State Secretary.
Oh, I thought it said exotic and I was going to change it to erotic. That's what I was laughing at.
No, it actually says erotic flavours. So the report by Trimbos added that e-cigarette flavours make e-cigarettes appealing to teens. However, some recent international independent studies have cast doubts on this, as it resulted that bi-curiosity and appearing cool were the main motivators for some teens to try vaping and not the flavours. Meanwhile, the Dutch authorities... Someone put the word kinky in there. The Dutch authorities are also legally restricting heated tobacco products such as IQOS. Good. This amendment will extend the current regulations on cigarettes to cover HTPs to the same minimum age limit and will not be allowed to be displayed in stores or advertised. Additionally, a new excise tax covering all e-cigarette devices is in the works.
Just back it up a bit. Tobacco flavors are being exempted so that smokers may continue to use e-cigarettes as smoking cessation. So are they banning it or not?
Yeah, so they're banning flavors or trying to. Fuck's sake, Mark. I'm having an editing battle in the notes with Mark right now. No, it looks like they're trying to get the flavors banned using some very shaky studies.
So is that in progress, or are just sliding it in like they tried in Australia?
I think they're just trying to slide it in. From what I gather, I couldn't find any further information on dates or when it's going to happen or anything. But the article was 2 days ago, so Right, and our favourite...
Dutch politicians just go with the badly written and debunked papers like a lot of the countries instead of using proper studies.
Oh, yeah, welcome to our country as well.
Same as Denmark, and they want to be like the first TPD country to ban flavors. They want to be like the front runners, basing it on US, basically.
Yeah.
Shite. Like
politicians will have an aim, and then they will use as much confirmation bias as possible to prove it. If they can find something that works in their favor, that's gospel.
Yeah. And they're pretty much everyone is like using the teen vaping, the same as it's one of the same arguments in Australia and
yeah. And in America, it's already been proven weirdly that it's not the flavors that are any different. They do it to look cool.
Yeah, but that takes like 6 months for it to get to other countries. Then by then it's too late.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, sorry, we didn't know.
Yeah. So our favorite reviewer, Rip Trippers, has fully quit vaping reviews. Love him or hate him, with more than 1.3 million subscribers, Rip Trippers is by far the best known YouTube vape reviewer. At least he was until yesterday. According to his latest video, Rip is done with vaping reviews once and for all. So, Rip is not vaping anymore. He hinted at quitting vaping in a video posted last October, which we did talk about, and it turns out he really did it. That's not due to safety concerns. He repeats the Public Health England claim that vaping is at least 95% less harmful, but he shares that he's been fighting with autoimmune prostatitis, which was also the main reason behind his alarming weight loss, and the medical nightmare made him refocus on what is important, he says, and he's now spending more time with his family, getting outdoors and working on other types of YouTube content. Did anyone say super bloke? He said there's a lack of innovation in the vape world. Rip says that the sheer quantity of cookie cutter vape products, especially the overwhelming number of pod systems, is damaging the industry, and as a result has taken away his enthusiasm for doing vape reviews. Fair play. It turns out that Rip is sick of vape pods and mouth to lung stuff and thinks it's rebuildables is where it's at for the future of vaping. Nice try. And clouds, lots and lots of clouds. And he says paid reviews and what came with them. Rip claims that he wasn't getting paid for the products he'd like to review, cloud chasing rebuildables for the most part, and that if he decided to review them, it would be for nothing, which would damage the market for other reviewers. As he says, if I do products for free, it affects them. And he said soon after the video went live, a couple of reviewers decided to respond to it, especially in part about the paid reviews. Jay Harris responded in a video, vaping with prick weighed in too. I was going to call him that anyway before you edited it, but yeah. Others, like the Vaping Bogan, decided to respond by leaving a comment under Rip's video saying, we all know you abandoned this community years ago, mate. Yeah. So, a lot of people, it doesn't seem...
He seemed to be... What was that?
Yeah.
Well, to me, he's... And this also underlined by the video that he then did, which I saw.
Yeah.
To me, he's never really been a vape reviewer. He's been like a vape entertainer. Because
I mean, in the early days, he was.
Yeah, but as he said, in a vape reviewer reviews things, and right for a period now, there's been a lot of mouth to lung things, and he doesn't like them, so he doesn't want to review them, or he does if he got paid or if he could make money off it. He, it's not for him personally. Then you're not a reviewer because.
I mean, I used to like his OG reviews, when he was reviewing some fairly high-end gear, or what was considered high-end at the time.
Right,
and he seemed...
The thing is, he to me was very much a lone soldier. A lot of reviewers and stuff, there's a little clique, isn't there? There's... They kind of work together. They go on each other's shows. Okay, there's spats and ting, but...
They're a community.
They're a community. To me, he was always a bit of a lone.
Yeah.
For me, his channel was more like he was very entertaining in his videos while doing reviews. So it was also about being the entertaining part.
Mm. And Diddy says my last upload was 11 months. Am I following Rip? I mean, if anything, Rip's following me, Diddy. To be honest, no. I didn't do it for a few months, and then I just didn't do it for a few months more. And now to try and get back into it would be like flogging a dead horse. I think that I would still enjoy reviewing things. But the industry is such a different place now that there's no place in it for a reviewer like me. I'd just be pissing in the wind. You've got to be one of the big guys to make any difference nowadays.
Yeah.
Switch entertaining to annoying, and you've got it. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, Rip is now out of the game.
Rip is rip.
Yeah. Wait, I've got an emote for this. Where is it? There we go. But yeah, I try and hide under the KR name, Vapor name, and people still know it's mine.
Yeah, not.
Rip Trippers.
Trippers.
Yeah. Will we miss him? Probably not.
Like a hole in the head.
Yeah. But hey, at least everyone's knuckles will now no longer go dry.
Huh.
But yeah, so that's the news I found. I mean, I was a bit surprised by the Dutch news and the Rip stuff. We kind of knew, but obviously he dropped that video later on or something like that. So yeah.
And I'm very surprised about the Dutch news. I didn't see that coming.
I haven't found any more info. If I find more, I'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, let's definitely also ask Ilse because she works in a Dutch vape shop. She must maybe.
Is Ilse in chat? I haven't seen her.
No, I think she's busy tonight. But because in Belgium, they live in Belgium. She works in a Dutch shop. Order. And in Belgium, they have like, I wouldn't say crazy rules, but they only have stores. Online sales is forbidden in Belgium.
Right. Okay.
So they have a lot of stores. It's like one chain that has like 60, I think it was 68 or 63 stores, just one chain.
But they're not allowed to sell online.
No.
That's really
Because
random.
they want people to go to the shop and get the guidance, not just buy a lot of things online, which kind of makes sense. You need to go to a shop where people are like educated, I would guess. I don't know if you need a license.
Also stops kids buying them online.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Only having stores. In Belgium, you're not allowed to buy online. It's only store based.
Yeah.
Oh. You said
They
Scott.
have a lot of stores.
Did you
Sorry?
say Scott?
Scott?
I'm sure Cass said Scott has to buy them. That's why I went, what? Forget it. Let's get back to it.
Oh, dear me. Dear me. Yeah, so we got through that news section a lot quicker than I thought we would. So yeah. Are we gonna go onto our main feature? Or are we gonna talk about bits first? Or do you want to do your bet Martin first?
Let's do the calm.
Cool.
Let's do it.
So, over the last 2 weeks, we have been talking almost relentlessly about the Nibiru tank from Mod Dog and Svapodromo, who are lovely bunch of people, very, very communicative, and wonderful. They've been wonderful to deal with, actually, on every level. And as you know, Friday before, they did a list for 33 people. Now, they were kind enough.
I will say one thing: they haven't released the PMMA tank section yet. That's the only con I have against them.
Yeah, and you should see the messages that Martin's been trying to get one out of them. It's been hilarious.
No, I'm just saying I'm eagerly waiting.
Why do you want a PM? Why?
Bigger capacity.
0.4 milliliter more capacity.
I'm happy with this. Anyway, carry on.
Anyway, so they Francesco decided to kindly allow us to purchase 2 for the group, for the Vape Talk UK group, and this is why we decided to do our competition. Now, any of those who entered the competition knew it was an anti-hand check competition, the dumbest vaping-related hand checks you could think of. It ran from Sunday to this evening, and we've got a bunch for you. Now, the way we're going to do it... Hey, Ilse, how's it going?
Hi, Ilse.
We've got something to ask you in a minute, Ilse, actually. The way we're doing it is we are going to put the images up, and then without telling you whose image is whose, the chat is going to decide their 2 favorites.
So we have 6 entries, right? That we're going to show all the pictures, and then they're going to vote from 1 to 6.
Hang on, I need to do a poll.
Or how we're going to do it. Evening, Shy.
Neil Lennon, welcome.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Edit
Does that
talk,
6 include David's?
No, we will show David's as the first picture just to show.
So, just to clarify, whoever the two people that win this competition wins, this gives you the opportunity to buy it. You are not winning the tank. You are winning the opportunity to buy the tank, at which point we will discuss further if you're a winner. But we can talk about that a bit later. So you don't win the tank. You just win the opportunity to buy. Just so that's
if
clear.
some are regretting if they are the winners, we will take the ones that get the third or the fourth or whatever. Just
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll put up the pictures in no particular order, and then number 1 will be the first, number 2 will be the second, number 3 will be the fourth, and the top 2 percentages win.
Cool.
Easy.
So I'm not going to put the vote up just yet. So we'll start with number 1, which is that one. What?
We have some.
Are you all right, Neil Lennon?
I think we have some.
Right.
Yes.
Bye and bye.
Oh,
Cool.
Yeah. Back to the.
Sorry. Just had to get rid of the dickheads.
David, you now have admin privileges. I give you moderator privileges. So if there's anyone that's being a knob, feel free to hit the ban button. So
Thank you, Diddy, by the way.
What did he do?
Just say mods? Question mark.
Oh.
Yeah.
So our first one then. This one is number 1.
See what you think. This one did make me laugh. I'm
It's
not
gonna be
gonna
like
lie.
a side babe just on the.
It's just like there's just.
It's very English.
Very posh.
He's even pursing his lips for the mod.
Now, is this maybe a self-portrait painted of the owner of that mod?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. That was picture number 1.
This one is a funny one because of the amount of RRP that's in it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just disgusting, honestly. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 11 billet boxes there.
Unless it's just someone that's very good at Photoshop.
And there's also a lot of custom pieces attached to those 11 billet boxes.
Again, good at Photoshopping. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was number 2.
That's a lot of lead boxes.
So that's number 2.
That's number 2. Yeah.
Number 3.
3. What is that thing in the middle?
That tells you the voltage that's being pushed through.
So we've got what looks like some kind of random press and go mod. To be fair, for an entire day once, I did put a voltage meter between an RDA and a mech mod and used that all day. Brilliant.
What was that? 3. Number 4.
You're right, Chandler.
All right, Chandler. I think she's vaping some
Chronic shit. She's got the chronic on the go.
It's beyond THC. It's like
Dank as fuck, mate. Them is some dank clouds.
Dank and Dax.
What was that? 4, which makes this one number 5.
Hey! We've got a stealth setup.
That is a tank.
Yeah.
Stealthy.
And that is a pen.
One hell of a pen device. Do you think it's top heavy?
You won't be able to stand it
All
up.
over.
What was that, Mark?
You won't be able to stand it up. I got a pen. I got an Atty. Atty pen.
Atty pen.
Oh dear! Please don't give any extra votes for my singing on that, please, on your own merits, please.
Oh dear.
And number 6.
6. Ooh,
Oh.
that's chugging a large lung, that one.
I wonder if you squeezed it and then let go as you fired the button, whether the chicken would actually inhale the vape.
It's a go.
Or more like, it's just full of air.
I probably would.
Okay, so...
So let's run through them again. Remember your numbers.
Number 1 is the posh guy. Number 2 is the billet boxes. Number 3 is the voltmeter. Number 4 is the TV presenter. Number 5 was the incredible stealth setup. And number 6 was the chicken.
Yeah.
Let's poll it.
We were told that was actually not an entry. The one with the tank in the butt crack, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Well, I can share it by all means. Do we get pulled off Twitch for it?
Quite possibly.
I think when this poll is done, we will share what we personally, I think we agreed was like
Are we allowed to vote?
the funniest.
I'm not voting.
Okay. You can only vote once.
Yes. And we take the 2 that get the most votes.
Mm-hmm. And then
if
we
there's
will...
a tie, we will have a revote for those 2 or 3 or...
Yeah, and if anyone who's in the first or second slot decides they don't want it, then we will move to the third slot and fourth and so on.
We're a minute down. We have 12 votes. There's loads more of you watching. Vote, 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 vote.
Come on. I know you're out there.
I got an ID. I got a pen. Can you show again? I can indeed. So, number 1.
How long's the poll running for?
Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. And number 6.
Yeah. Oh, number 5 and 6 are equal.
Oh no, they're not.
They're not anymore.
And 2 and 3
Oh,
are neck and neck as well. Come on, we need some votes on 2 or 3. 2, 3.
oh, it's so tight.
I can't.
Are we
I can't stand the suspense.
are we going to be allowed to vote or not?
I haven't voted, not yet.
Should we throw our votes in right at the end?
Let's vote as well. Let's vote as well.
Well,
Go on,
just
I know you've literally just gone through the
do them
things.
again one more time.
Yeah, go on.
1.
Just because it's slightly delayed, so I'm going to count it on my fingers as you put it through.
That's number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6.
No, that was number 6.
Huh?
That was number 6, yeah. Oh, delayed.
Yeah, it's the delay. I'm putting my fingers up as I see him. It's a shocking delay. I'm sorry.
So let's just. How long should we run it? 5 minutes?
Give it a few more minutes. Let's.
Yeah.
We've got majority of viewers' votes.
Yeah.
Big lab means business.
Oh. Oh, we're just ramping up the suspense here.
We are.
People are just watching numbers creep up on the screen.
We are. And those of you that win that aren't watching now, you've lost your chance.
Mm.
So we're not gonna PM them?
No, if they're not here to claim their goods, then fuck them. So those that slipped into the group just for the opportunity to win, and then slip out again once they've won it, you get in the bin. I'm joking.
I'm not. No.
So, do we end it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Are we voting? Because I haven't put out in.
Vote.
Anyone else?
Vote.
Yeah,
We voted.
voted.
Oh, you voted?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You twat. You've
Oh
just
no, now they're the same.
you've just pushed second place to joint.
No.
oh no.
No.
Hang on.
Yeah.
No, we haven't.
'Cause- right, you've
We've
got
got-
6 and 5. If one of those drop out, we've then got to split
Yeah.
it between 2 and 3.
Then we'll have to do a draw.
Oh.
That's
I'm sorry.
There we go. So we have position 6 in first place. Which is the gobbling chicken.
Yep.
And
that-
number 5,
who is the gobbling chicken?
it is Yusuf. I've only got his first name here on my screen.
It's Yusuf Nafia.
Yusuf Nafia. And Samantha Squires is second place.
So yeah, Sam. And if you are watching, DM Mark on Facebook.
You're probably actually better to DM Martin.
Let's work that out.
One of us.
Yeah, just DM one of us.
Because I am presuming that the Yusuf one will maybe go to Austria.
Okay.
And what was the name of the guy, number 5?
Sheffield.
Yeah. So, we'll
Well-
figure it out.
Congrats.
Congratulations, guys. Well
Congrats.
done. It's not over. If either one of those don't want,
Mhm.
then we will offer it up to...
Well, whoever the runner-up is.
Indeed.
Yeah. And if no one wants it, we'll flip it on Mad Hatters. Yeah.
Congratulations, guys. Well done.
Oh, sorry,
Kev.
Kev. Oh no.
Right, shall we do Martin next?
Yeah, I think so.
Please don't. We can do my bit.
Let's do your bit.
Let's do my bit. Okay, well,
Oh shit, you're
One
gonna
of
want
us.
photos, aren't you? Hang on.
yeah, but just wait with that. The prequel to this is that looking at weird shit from time to time, I came across a device which I thought was very interesting. Looked interesting. Looked into it. It started going to some reviews. Like 2 months ago, I found a review from Mike Vapes, which is from the start of April, where he got 2 of these devices sent. I then tried to contact the company asking where I could buy it in the EU, not to wait 3 weeks and get rolled over by customs. Finally found a page in Spain that I've used before, which is very dependent. And it was delayed by DHL. Was supposed to be here last Tuesday, then it got delayed, so I decided to postpone it to this Tuesday just to have the device. And it's from the company called, with a very nice name, Ass Vape. And It's the Vape Hita, which is a mech pod device. They're describing it as, what are they saying? Mechanical mod design kit. Hot generation comes, mechanical mods fade. They wanted to combine it. So yeah, Mark, you can just bring up the first picture now so people can see it a little better.
Is it a true mech or is that a clicky button?
It is a clicky button. It is a clicky button. It flashes green when it's above 50%. It flashes white when it's between 20 and 50%, and below 20% it flashes red, and it keeps on flashing red if we need to charge it several times. So just bring up picture number 2. They come in like this green color. I could only get the green or the black, and then they also make a blue, which I couldn't get a hold of. And then they have made this one, which looks kind of like a brushed brass wooden kind of thingy. And this is in the category called a pod mod. So you have the tank section here.
How did that detach?
Sorry?
How did that detach?
Just so there is a little notch here where it goes into, so you have to just turn it and then it's into place. It's just a magnet holding it down.
Oh, okay. I just assumed by the knurling it was screwing. You know how much I love knurling.
Yeah,
It is a very pretty device. I'm not going to lie. I really like how it looks.
That's also what... There are several things that actually attracted me about this. The fact that they have 2 kinds of coils, both mesh 0.5 and a 1.0. And the capacity is, and I'm just bringing out the box, the capacity is 2 milliliters in the TPD version, but I'm going to show you how they make it 2 milliliters. So, yeah. Inside, you can maybe better see it there on the tank. Just bring up the picture again, Mark. So, in the tank, there is like a coil inside. And if you just move it more to the left, the picture, Mark.
More to the left. Oh, so we can see you.
Yeah, just a little bit. So what I wanted to show you was this little plasticky thingy that was just wrapped around the coil. Didn't even need pliers or anything to take it out. That made it 2 milliliters. So now
Crown do the same thing, to be fair. They just have your coils just come with a plastic thing around them.
Yeah, but normally they are a bit harder to take out.
So they say it's a mech device.
Yeah.
Yet literally nothing about it is mechanical.
Well, you can control the wattage.
So it's definitely not mechanical.
No, it's mechanical with those normal like protections like short circuit and so on. They have a chip called, and the worst name in the world, sorry, Babe, Reekbox chip.
Reekbox?
Reekbox. Yeah. REEK box. Reekbox. The interesting thing about this, besides both the weight, it's a built-in battery, 1000 milliamps, USB-C, like that.
But only 1 amp charging.
Only 1 amp, but I will say it does charge fast. It does.
Not loving it.
Not loving it.
It looks amazing, and I bet it vapes pretty good, but there's a lot of letdowns already.
Well, even though it doesn't charge with 2 amps, I'm thinking it's to not overheat, not to charge up too quickly, just my guess. But the fact that you don't need an external battery makes it so that it can make it this size. Normally this size would be like 18350.
I think the thing that would break it for me is if there was a rebuildable coil.
We're getting to that. So I've been vaping on the 1.0 coil, very restricted. The way the airflow is, if you see those openings in the knurling, you kind of slot it into place, and then well, that was a bad example. Then you twist it depending on how far you want the airflow open. So I'm now using the 0.5 ohm coil, It's a bit looser, but still pretty restricted. Very good flavor on the mesh. Now, Mark, you're coming now. You had a point. What also interested me, they have an RBA section. You can bring up that picture now, that should be number 4. So they don't say how much it decreases the capacity because it is a bit bigger than the coil, but my guess would be around that it's about then down to 2 milliliters. Very easy to build, a little RBA section. And it does come with a little, like, what's it called? Like, it looks like an adapter, but from the reviews I've seen, they don't recommend using that with the tank on.
Does that fit in a billet box?
Nope, don't think so.
Looks as though it should.
You would need the chimney and so on. Doesn't have the height to go in a borehole. So yeah, if you bring up the last picture, it kind of shows some more specs. Shows it like detangled. You got the base, and then you've got the battery. Then you got a little like bottom ring that's like keeping the base in place. You just turn it. Then you have the base where you either then screw in, which is 510. You screw in your RBA section or your coil, and then you just pop it into. And another good thing about it, this has a 510.
Oh.
So you can put your own preferred 510 in it.
I thought that was a one-piece cap.
No.
That's nice.
I think that's a nice detail. Also regarding what the price is, they could have just made it like into one because it is like a pod mod.
I don't see the 510. Where is it?
510. It's very short, the one I have on. So.
Oh, hang on. Let me kill the screen. Okay.
Here we have the 510.
Oh, sorry. I was looking for 510 threading, not 510 drip tip. Sorry.
The only thing I will say is they have heater on the bottom, but they could have maybe avoided this. Just keep it a little bit more classy.
Bit of white spirit, take that off.
Yeah, and the rest of the paint.
White spirit.
You see on the
Mac reinvented, but it's not Mac. It's Mac with protection. You could call it kind of compared to like a clickbait or something like that.
Fair enough.
You see, I go through all their marketing images, and there's not one of that horrible sinks of that screen printed logo.
See, that one's quite a nice one, the brassy one.
Yeah.
But Chandler, what tank was it you've got where they've actually put the do not bin and the CE sign etched into the side of the chamber?
Hang on, where is it? I don't know if you'll see it if I show it up to the camera.
Let it focus.
Focus. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Like, why would you put that there?
What is it?
The European CE sign and then a wheelie bin with a cross through it.
What's it
on the side of the chamber?
What is it?
Shy's asking why mine isn't blue, and simply I couldn't get it within Europe in blue. So
what tank's that, Chandler?
Yeah, that's the cog.
For TOEFL.
Yeah.
I never saw that.
Curiously good, actually.
I never saw that.
Yeah, to be fair, Alex, you are a millennial, so
if someone wants to pick this up, I just found 2 places within the EU. One place was called Rotterdam, which is probably going to be closed now because it's in Holland or in the Netherlands. I got mine from Mask Vapor in Spain, and it's about, let me just find the prices. So the mod itself.
wait. Ignore that.
Vapor,
That's not a website. Give me a sec.
Rotterdam.
There we go.
Yeah, Rotterdam shop.
Whoever's put these links in doesn't know how to put links in.
I have dealt with the Mask Vapor site at least 4 or 5 times. Never had any issues. From Spain, they have a DHL Express, which is €12. That's amazingly cheap. The kit is €35 for this with 2 coils. They actually sell loose coils. You don't have to buy 5. They sell 1 coil, either the 1 ohm or the 0.5 ohm for €3.20. And then you can buy the RBA for 12. And they also sell extra like pop tanks that actually don't. I haven't written down the price of that. Can't be a lot. So €35 for a kit like that. It's not bad.
That's not shit at all, actually.
Not at all.
Even if it is a pen full of lies.
I started vaping this on salts. I now have some 3 milligram just juice in it. And I was vaping it so much, and because it was salts, I was simply getting dizzy. I kept on vaping it.
What's the battery life with only 1,000 mAh battery in it?
It is a bit. It depends on, of course, the coil. First of all, if you do rebuildable coil, with the 1 ohm coil, I would easily. It could last the entire day, depending on how much you're vaping on it.
Right.
But it could. If you go down to the 0.5, I would say a little over half a day maybe, because it's half the resistance. I've only started using the 0.5 ohm coil today, so but it does charge very fast, even though it's only 1 amp with the USB-C. So, yeah, I like it. I like the design. I like the finish, and loving the vape also. So, yeah, and I know the Drag X and so it's out there, but and S.
The Drag's the one I didn't fancy, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's the one.
It's had some really good write-ups, though.
It's not tight enough.
It has, and definitely also has a great vape. But for my taste, I like this. It has like this alloy. Well, it is alloy, so it has this coating. Very nice, very light. That's yeah, that's my take on the heater. Take it or leave it.
Fantastic. Because that was supposed to happen. You were supposed to receive it last week, weren't you? And it just didn't arrive.
Didn't arrive because of it. Apparently, like I would guess, window delay in Leipzig in Germany from DHL, so it didn't get on the plane, and then it had to wait for the next plane, which was the next day. So
the Nibiru was the same. Got held up in Germany.
Yeah. Leipzig. Do we want to talk about our experiences with the Nibiru?
The DM, I recommend you use it if you get it every day. You can still charge it while on the go. So maybe Sunday, maybe Tuesday.
There we go.
I know we've all had, and this is an open and honest conversation about the Nibiru. We were lucky enough to be able to buy one, and don't think we got it for free, because we didn't.
No.
We even had to pay for the ones that were given away. Anyway, honest opinion, boys. And I'm going to go first, because when I first received it, I fucking hated it. let's not split hairs. I hated it. It was ready to go in the bin. Honestly, was it not? The things I put in our group chat, and I think Martin got a few more expletives than you lot as well.
I'm still blaming it on Aero 40.
But you know what? Once you get used to it,
yeah.
Once you work out how it works, and once you work out how it best vapes, honestly, I've not put it down. From wanting to put it in the bin 6 days ago to, and you know how picky I am. I am picky as fuck.
Yeah.
Now, with you, the important question is, does it do real 0.8?
Absolutely. And I'm sat on the smallest. Which is You
Fucking tiny.
It is a pinhead, a proper 0.8, all the way round to a big.
Is it 2 mil?
2.2, 2.2, 2.8, was it?
1.8 is the biggest.
Okay.
It goes down in 0.2 increments.
So the first thing I did was I lost the tensioner on the air control ring.
The first you did was not read the manual.
You guys didn't even know there was a manual till I mentioned
No,
it.
I saw it. I just never read them.
I flicked through the manual and I didn't see anything about that in there. So, normal people, they sit at the desk and they recoil and they put it all together, and if something goes wrong, you hear it hit. This boneheaded twat was sat in the garden. So I lost the piece of metal that pushes the airflow control ring rolling around in the garden. So if you remember right, last week it was like 39 degrees. So I'm crawling on my hands and knees. Lindsay comes home, she's like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, I've dropped a bit of metal. It's tiny, rounded little bit of metal. She's like, get a magnet. So I goes over to the fridge, grabs a magnet, I'm all over the floor with a magnet, realising it's not magnetic. So that was an hour wasted. Found it in the end. Brilliant. Happy. Build. Absolute fucking joy to build on.
Yeah, as Alex says, if one is missing one of those two that wins once, yeah.
You just took the part you needed from one of the giveaway units.
He found it.
Built on it. Was fucking diamond to build on. I actually really enjoyed building on it. Built on it. Set it up how I normally set shit up. Got through my first tank. Loving it. Honestly, I was like, this is the best RTA ever. Refilled it, and the fucking thing did nothing but flood.
Oh.
Flood after flood after flood after flood. It's been alright, luckily. Flood after flood after flood after flood. So I start losing my shit with it, and I'm putting it down to it's hot. You know, I'm vaping 50-50 anyway. You know, the viscosity's increasing. It's thinner. Maybe it's the heat. So I put my juice in the freezer to cool it down, thickened it up, tried again, pissed everywhere. And that was the point I was like, I'm done. I'm done. Went back to it. I started playing with the airflow. It seemed to work itself out. So that day, went out, left the house. And one of my rules is, anything new that you buy, don't take it out on the first day. That is my rule. So, takes it out with me. Turns out, if your fill at the top is open just a tiny little bit, it dumps its juice in your pocket.
Ruins the vacuum.
I was not happy.
You have to line those. You have to line those lines up.
You do indeed, and it's almost become a bit of an OCD with me now.
Yeah.
Those lines on the side are always. It's not happened since. No. And I was a little bit worried as well, because when I first got the Reaper, I was worried about the twist on it being too loose. But I've got over that, and I'm loving it now.
Do you know, I had almost identical experience with it as you, Mark.
Did you have to crawl around the garden on your knees?
No, the only thing I didn't do, you actually pinged your airflow ring off before I set mine up, and you put a message in the group going, "Don't piss around with the airflow ring." So I've not even taken it off. I've left it alone.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
But yeah, no, I set it up and filled it up, and the first thing it did was chuck juice everywhere.
Yeah.
So Yeah. Sorry, hay fever.
My experience was very slightly different. So, and I put this down purely to the fact that I'm using a thicker juice than these guys. But I got it out, built it, put it together, started vaping it, and it's behaved for me in every way as far as vaping it and filling it and etc. goes. The thing that has taken me a while to get my head around is that if you try to change the airflow control, it's very, very easy to... I'll do it upside down just so I don't dump juice everywhere. If you try to change it, it's very easy to just undo the bayonet. So it's a bayonet tank on top of it, it works so well. You just have to be really careful when it comes to changing the airflow. But for me now, once it's set, I tend to leave it. Right, let's just get that back on there.
Have you not tried? Have you not dared risk taking it off that way up?
No.
No, you find that way. As soon as you tip it, that's when it pours out.
Yeah.
You've either got to be all that way or all that way.
Yeah. And that's why Francesco showed if you tip it, you flip it. Either you hold it like this and it shouldn't spew out, or you flip it. You don't do it.
But I've been chugging on this, and I tried to get a dry hit out of it. Doesn't happen. The only thing I would say is if you go to tighten it onto your tank, now obviously you've got to put it into the position where it's open. It won't dump your juice everywhere. You just keep a bit of pressure on it, and you want to tighten it onto your mod. You've got to be a little bit careful that you don't tighten the very top part into the bottom part of the tank, because you've got this juice flow, the juice fill ring, and the tightness of the top to the bottom is directly related to how stiff that juice ring, that fill ring is. So that can become quite stiff. So that's just one thing to look out for. But you can shut your juice flow off and it still won't come off. And then you open it up, like I've opened it up there, and then you just close it back up again, line your 3 lines up, which has been like Mark says, OCD, like it's got to be dead on. But vaping it, holy Jesus, is it nice to vape on. No single dry hits, building on it's a piece of piss, wicking it's a piece of piss. You just cut it at the edges of the deck, tuck it in, juice it up, and away you go. Just make sure the holes at the sides are filled with wick.
Handy hint when you first get it. If you want to get the deck away from the tank, put it on a mod first, because the process of screwing it up, when you tighten it up, it's... I don't know if any of you use the squapes. You know the squapes where you have to push, twist, and pull it off?
Yeah.
It's similar to that. So you don't unscrew it to get the deck out. It's a push and twist.
Yeah, I think a lot of the things we're saying might come off as bad things. It's just I've never owned a tank that has those design features. So it's just got a bit of a learning curve to it.
And
I think
they do have like a tagline called the disruption. So it is...
It's different. It's definitely different. I love not having to worry about undoing the whole thing and turning it upside down to fill it up. I just flip it open, vape, fill it up, close it again. I have gone to fill it a few times and not shut the juice flow off. But luckily it hasn't punished me for that yet. But I'm using 70-30 juice. So I'm using much thicker juice, so it's a little bit more forgiving.
I've been using 50-50. I've never turned the juice flow off when I filled it. I've just opened the top, filled it, closed it off again. It's been fine. But I didn't thin my wick. I just thick wick, straight in, pop it in. No wick thinning.
No fluffing up needed, nothing. Just you cut it and tuck it, don't you?
That's it. Cut it, tuck it, job done.
Because the whole deck is essentially a long channel. Your coil sits in there. I've never had any issues where tightening the screws up twists the coil out of shape. It just squeezes it. Because sometimes you get those ones where you have to screw them down and it pulls your coil out. Haven't had any of that, which is lovely. The coil sits down perfectly in the space you need to. And then when you go to wick it, the cotton's in exactly the same space. There's no tucking it into tiny channels. There's no faffing around trying to get it into the right place. Or you don't even have to worry about snipping the ends of the thing so they don't foul against the chamber. The other thing, and I haven't actually got any spare ones to hand, is the asteroids do make a difference. I've tried both of the ones I've got, and they do make a difference to flavor. It's not one's necessarily better than the other. They're just different. Mark's got his here, and they're considering the marketing images make them look massive. They're fucking tiny.
Oh, it comes installed with, I think, this domed one, yeah.
Yeah.
This Mark is also holding, and then it has the cone one, which is a bit more of an angle, and then it has with the one which I have in right now is kind of like a stepped one.
It is 24 mil.
22
Yeah,
22 mil, definitely
33.
22.
Yeah,
Because it
33 in height.
fits on
without
my
drip tip.
fits on my smuggler.
No, they're talking about something else.
Dwarves.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's the thing is, there's so much space to build on it. It's a piece of piss to build on. Absolute piece of build. Do those discs actually change the vape? Yes, they do. They genuinely do.
Well, the two I've tried the step one and the cone one.
Mm.
There is a difference between the two.
And
I've tried it without the disc, and that was too much of a difference.
Yeah.
Because it was like a lot of people have been asking, can you do like a restricted direct lung? And
No, it's not
someone was
loose
saying
enough.
if you take out the disc and there is a bit more room and you run it on the one.
I'm restricted direct lung in it on the widest airflow. Perfect. Absolutely. I mean, you can even do a very open mouth to lung on the widest airflow, but I've been restricted lung in it, and I haven't had a single dry hit off of it. And I was worried I would. I mean, I'm only running mine at 20 watts at a 0.8 build, and it's
Any of you find it rather warm?
got the vape or the tank itself.
The vape.
Not overly.
So I usually run mine at about 14. I ended up turning mine down to 12, and I like a warm vape.
Mm.
I thought you meant that the tank gets warm.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say that's another reason I would want the PMMA section. It does transfer a little less heat from the bottom metal part to the top with that.
The only thing is, because it's a very pretty looking tank, it's very simply designed, there's nothing too flashy about it. The only thing I think is a bit of an afterthought is the drip tip. The drip tip works beautifully. It's not overly wide, it's not too narrow, it's comfortable to use, but visually the drip tip's a bit of a half-assed
But
effort.
then again, a lot of RTAs and RDAs, they don't go to that much trouble on drip tip because people often change them.
Swap them out. There isn't.
Yeah.
They have their favorite length or bore or design or whatever.
Then it's really not as tight as a direct lung, restricted direct lung as you think. It's really not that tight at 1.8 mil.
Any of you think that it's somewhat scrapey in design from the drip tip?
Yeah, a little bit.
Let me swap my drip tip over because it feels very restricted.
Well, it's just a pretty simple single step drip tip.
If you look at the scrape idea, scrape, they've got that very similar.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of those in aftermarket tips as well, so
Yeah.
I get your point, but it's... Well, my take on it is that, and some people know that actually I'm not what Alex describes as a tank wanker. My first tank was actually, besides the miserable Project X on my shelf, was this one I got like a week earlier. So I've even managed to build, first of all, the Imperial, but then also the Nibiru. To my satisfaction.
Which do you prefer? The most expensive sub-tank in the world or the Nibiru?
No, this is not Imperia, not sub-tank.
Oh, sorry.
Sub-tank, expensive, that's Lazy King. Sorry. Mark.
But yeah, on the 0.8, it's got one hell of a throat hit, and I'm vaping 3 milligrams, and it's got a fucking throat hit.
But I will say, I know a lot of RTAs, they have the airflow very low. I think it's a bit of a shame that you can't use a butering. Not even I have like 2mm tall buterings, you can't use those. Because a lot of like mods, they have like a catch cup, which is 24 or 23 millimeters, and it gives that slight gap, which my OCD doesn't like, but I'll live with it. I love the design. I like the vape, even though it's a bit too tight for my taste. I have it actually on the 1.6, and I'm trying now to go up a bit in nick strength, because I'm usually on 1.5 in my normal nick strength, so I'm trying now with some 3 milligram. I really like it. Definitely a keeper, and yeah.
No, it's the only thing I'll be using for here on out, I think, unless it's obviously all in one.
It's pretty good. I think my opinion is it just needed a bit of bedding in time.
Yeah.
Because when I first got it, I'm like, it took no pressure at all to unscrew it, and I was so worried that it was just gonna unscrew in my pocket and come off.
Do you remember me saying I feel as though all the tolerances are out?
Yeah. You did.
But it seems all right now, doesn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
It could be
I don't know
a
what it is,
touch
whether
tighter.
Whether it just needed the O-rings lubricating up, whether that's all it was, that with a bit of use, the O-rings have got saturated and they're a bit more...
I'd like the bayonet to be a little tighter, but the rest of it's spot on.
Yeah, the bayonet could maybe be a bit tighter. I don't know if that has any other impact in the design or construction of it, but
Yeah.
I really like it, and I think the price is on point.
It's on point for what it is.
Considering who made it.
Yeah, and we all know Mod Dog from a lot of their quality products, which is usually either a mod or a lot of internals. So yeah, definitely good first Addy Mod Dog. Good job. And from all of us here, I think it's safe to say a huge shout out to both Swapodromo, to Franco, to Michelle from Mod Dog, to Eric, who's been in contact with us, to the entire team around the Nibiru, to Francesco for giving us this opportunity and able to provide to some of you, and for being
just been a lovely company to deal with.
Yeah, lovely guy along the way, and even some of our stupid questions. He was just, and yeah, you saw him on the show. The ones who saw that show, he's very talkative once he gets the shyness away. So yeah.
I mean, for example, we had just a couple of very small issues with our tanks, in that they were missing a couple of parts that came in it, and within a day they'd sent them out, which, by the way, Chandler, are on their way to me. So I will send them to you. But yeah, and they were super communicative across the board. Yeah.
So let's see if they put in a PMMA tank in that package.
You're right.
Well, they sent
hilarious. You angling for one. It's like PMMA tank. I'm like, what?
You got something in your eye?
No, just fairy dust, I think.
Oh dear.
So yeah, that's Nibiru. Go check out the group. They're gonna, if you haven't already, they're still gonna do, I think, like weekly lists. There are also chances to pick it up at like various other groups who, like us, have been given an opportunity to sell multiple items. I know both. Well, I think it was David got one from the surprise list they suddenly have, and I think there's been one in some other groups. Yeah. So definitely a recommendation, I think, from all of us. Either it's on the tighter end of the scale, but you can do a very nice restricted direct lung on it. I will say this: there is the one thing about the posts. And I don't know if Ilse is still in chat, and I don't know if I can spill any beans or if it's even becoming a reality. So the post, the screws come in from this side. So if you're using an alien coil, even a nano alien, you have to twist the wires.
Yeah.
You can't just put it in and let the screws twist the wire, because then the alien will collapse. And I don't know if they are still working on it, but I talked to Ilse about it, and there has been some requests about maybe having coils bent from the start. I don't know if they're going to do a Nibiru special. I don't know if...
I mean, it's not tricky to bend your
or
coil legs 90 degrees, is it?
Yeah, and the important thing is, and I went and got some special pliers for that, because a lot of the pliers that we have as Vapors, as tools, they have like teeth on the inside.
Yeah.
No go. So I had to go and buy this, which is totally flat. And then I just gently twisted the wire. on the ends. It's worked like a charm.
Fantastic.
But round wire and fused and like capsins and so on, they should be able to just go straight in.
What do you want to do next, Chandler, or are we going to do Vape Cell Bin?
Vape Cell Bin, I think.
Yeah?
So I've taken charge of this week.
Ooh.
I delegated.
He did. He delegated.
I was out of ideas. Feel free still to give us ideas through PMs and so on for Vape Cell Bin. We're always receptive.
So a lot of the stuff I've got is relatively old. In the grand scheme of things, but I'm going to start with a mod. Now I remember this for a very, very, very long time ago, and I fell in love with it instantly. And if I could pick one up today, I'd probably still buy one. The Zero from Carlos Creations. Anybody remember? Does anyone remember that?
Vaguely.
Frame.
Is that a USB-C?
No. God, no. Absolutely not. So we have got
Wow.
the usual. Oh, where has it gone? I can't select the right bit. Where's the poll gone? There we go. As you can see, vape it, sell it, or bin it. It was just so well made for a C-frame mod. And I think it was one of the first C-frame mods. Again, they weren't that easy to get. I believe they were...
I'll be back in about 30 seconds.
Somewhat. Oh, I'm going to have a vote. What? Kev, you still have one?
Wow.
That's quite
You
impressive.
have a buyer now, Kev.
No, I think we have a general consensus on the Zero. We only have... Matt, I was there first. I think the consensus is we've got a couple of sell it's. No, 4 people said sell it. And the rest of us will all vape it, not one to go in the bin. So, Carlos Creations is a vape.
Yay.
Oh.
Well, it doesn't seem like he wants to sell it, so...
That's a shame. Again, vape, sell, bin. Again, another one from a while ago. I'm sure pretty much everyone, either in chat and or the presenters, will have owned one of these at some point.
No.
One of the best sub-own tanks ever made.
The Sub-Tank Mini from Kangatech.
Oh, get in.
The
It's on
bin.
the desk.
Have you ever owned one, Martin?
No.
No.
No?
And you can't say you've been it until you tried it.
Because it's horrible looking, and anything from Kangatech I wouldn't touch.
Oh, but mate, this was primo vaping back in the day.
I know, but this is like new vapors now saying I wouldn't touch Smog. When for me, Smog was like,
Yeah, but Kangatech died when they knew that they were irrelevant. Smok never did.
yeah. I know. I'm just saying, I hate the look. And I can I change it
Looks
to
better
silver
with
for a 5 maybe?
It looks better with a different drip tip on it, to be fair.
The drip tip was good. I used to remember that the drip tips on them were so good that people used to vape them to death, and people used to come into the shop with them, and they were all scummed up.
Yeah.
Oh, lip gunk
Lip
on
gunk.
stainless steel drip tips. Yeah.
But I love it.
But that with a 0.5 coil. Oh,
Vaping for days, 25 watts, job done.
25 watts. And it was a somewhat warm vape as well. It was quite nice.
Yeah. The coils weren't half bad for it neither.
Even
think
the
you can still get
RBA
them,
wasn't
can't you?
shit. Yeah, you can. My company still sells them.
The RBA, in fact, didn't they shove that as part of the billet box?
I've got an RBA
Yeah.
for it somewhere. It was a pig to build on.
It was.
It was dual coil, wasn't it, if I remember?
That was the
Actually
first thing
agree
I.
with DM because retro is kind of in at the moment. So just make some mesh coils and relaunch it.
Next up, this one's not quite so old. It's a more modern, and I'm going to jump in before Matt
More
does.
modern, like we're going back decades.
We're not. Before Matt jumps in on this,
Evening, Ala.
before anyone jumps in on this, if anyone has one of these that they don't want anymore, please, 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 HMU. Hit me up, because I've been looking for one of these for almost a year. What?
Sell it to me so I can flip it to him.
We all know where we're going with this.
Talking of decades, going back decades, I've just worked it out. It's my 10-year vape anniversary.
Today.
I don't know the exact date. I can't remember. It was at some point in June or July, 10 years ago, when I got my first vape.
Nice.
I've just realised that the image I've got isn't a JPEG or a PNG, so I've just got to grab another image. Bear with me.
Oh, so there you go. I've been vaping for 10 years.
I think actually I'm also on because I think I was 24 when I tried one of those Ego T, and that's 10 years ago. I got off it pretty quick, but maybe.
Yeah.
Wow, what is that, Mark?
Ooh.
Please tell us.
You will know what it is. And I have closed down. Fuck's sake, give me a second. It is the Lost Vape Mirage.
Hurrah.
Nice. It's quite pretty.
It is.
You can have that one, Mark, says Matt.
Well, maybe I don't want it now. I know Matt don't want it.
Putting two because I could sell it to Mark. If I had one.
Same here.
Dennis, I came across a shop a few months ago as well that had got them in stock, and I know nobody has got them in stock, so be dodgy. I have a mint. Dibs, dibs, dibs. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate that. It's black.
Oops. Oh, shit.
It's black and blue Martin as well.
I'll let you have it. You'll appreciate it more
Who's
than
been in
my-
it? Matt? No. Just so I can film it and send it to Mark. Cheers, Matt. How to make a grown man cry.
Brilliant.
I just think they're plain. They're simple. They're DNA. And they're Diddy. Sorry, Diddy. I'm not sure I get you in my hand on. I'm regretting saying that already.
Yeah.
I would like to just
Yeah.
make a video with the mod and the angle grinder and just send that video to you.
Just hit it with a hammer.
Yeah.
Phil, you'll bin it. Phil, get in the bin.
Because then you can go and pick it up from the bin.
So.
Vape it.
It's another
Nice
vape
one.
it. We're doing well tonight. We are doing well. Next on the list. I'm trying not to go too old because I don't want people to...
Yeah, right.
You all right, Lump? How are we doing?
G'day, Lamp.
Oh, one of them.
The Samovar
Ooh.
from Svomasto.
Ooh. Intriguing.
And they do come up in every now and again. In fact, I'm pretty sure James, Mr. Story, had one up for sale not so long ago.
It's a big fella.
That's what she said.
DM says he's got one.
How great is it, DM?
Just to justify my vote, I wouldn't vape it, but I just keep it because it's like a relic.
Yeah. But do you remember the old Anakin devices that look like lightsabers?
Yeah. And the one that someone got stuck up their bum.
I don't know. It was the cool. It was one of the original cool fires, wasn't
yeah.
it?
That was the one. There was an X-ray going around of someone with a vape stuck up the bum, and it was actually one of those.
Wow.
Danny, any day over that.
Danny do make a version like that, don't they?
The iTaste 134. You're right. Yeah.
That's it. iTaste.
So, 70%. It'd sell it.
Kind of reminds me of that thing that Kangatech released called the Kicker, and you used to screw it into the bottom of your mech tubes to give them variable wattage.
The extra boost.
Yeah.
All the ammo, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, another one that I believe needs a salute from the industry.
Oh.
Okay. Intrigued.
It is something that at the time, as far as the device go, it wasn't great. It was a twat to get it right. But now it is still referred to even now. Oh fuck me! Not another WebP.
Oh dear.
You need another picture.
Come
on, Mark. You're not prepared today, are you?
I usually check if the JPEGs are not. Sorry, give me a second. No, I don't want a styled one. I want an authentic one. Stop showing me fake photos. That'll do. Or will it? No, that's a snide. Stop talking, Mark, and just get photo up. Right.
The suspension's killing me now.
There we go.
The what's the name? Where's the name escape? Velocity, the original Velocity RDA.
The original Velocity RDA.
Yeah.
Look at those wonky posts.
Oh yeah.
That's probably a snide.
No.
Vape it, sell it, or bin it.
I mean, how many RDAs had Velocity decks in them after that?
Still have now.
Yeah.
Still referred to as Velocity deck, isn't
Velocity deck, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, fucking hell. I think it was the V2 Troll that I had one. The fucking what was that UD tank? The UD tank that had the Velocity in it as well. The Belus tank had Velocity. Fucking endless.
It was affectionately known as the South Park RDA, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it looked like, what was that puppet character?
It
Wasn't
looks like the Canadians out of South Park.
Yeah, Terrence and Philip.
Terrence and Philip.
Yeah.
Don't know what you're talking about. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. I'm the one who fucked your uncle, Uncle Fucker. Excuse me.
You can actually get Terrence and Phillips as Funko Pops, I'm just saying.
Pardon?
You can get Terrence and Philip as Funko Pops.
I thought you said Cocoa Pops. I was like, what's he talking about?
Funko Pops. Yeah. You and your pops.
They
I mean,
turn-
blimey.
They turn the milk
I just got Kurt Cobain.
Amazing.
Well, actually, that's not the best one. I have to show you this.
It's turning into a Chris show.
Take them out of the box.
He takes them out of the box.
Not yet.
I keep them in the box.
The half and kit.
And the car. What does the car look like? I can't see the car.
You don't woke
Oh, he's
up.
in it.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, no, I like that. That is actually mildly cool.
So the consensus then on the velocity is sell it.
Yay!
I believe I've got one more. I've actually got two.
Ben is complaining there's not enough bin stuff, apparently.
Okay,
You need to bring...
Wait until I do it one week. It'll be all bin stuff.
there we go.
It'll be all tips over 1 week.
Oh,
Next on the agenda then.
Ah.
Oh.
Ah.
Who was it that released a version like that, but it had no laser on it?
Was it just called the Zomo?
No, I can't remember who it was.
has that like guy got like a laser pen built into it?
Who said one?
Me. I thought just to piss you off. Yeah, because the one I remember seeing, it literally had a switch on it, which was 100 watts or 5 volts. Those were your options.
Okay.
And it was an internal battery, supposedly waterproof PCB. You could only USB to charge because it was an internal battery.
Are you sure it wasn't the Zomo?
100% sure it was. Yeah, definitely.
The Zomo got an internal battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm almost sure it wasn't the Zomo.
But
I'm
everything's
actually
completely
mildly
waterproof.
tempted to get one.
Because it had a different button to that, that's all.
Yeah, there was
Also-
another Zomo. There's a Zomo X and the Zomo.
But it had that sort of frame look to it. I'm trying to think what it was. But yeah, the annoying thing was is those switches on the front would stick out, so you'd catch them on fucking everything.
Type in the Zomo GT.
What was that one with the 35 parts to it? Where the
It's
parts would come
different.
off, and it came in a really fancy box where you pressed it and the box went and raised out.
That sounds awful. Zomo Yeehee. What? No way.
Tactile fire button.
There's got to be a Zomo laser in stock in the UK somewhere.
I'm going to put my Nibiru on top of it.
There we
I would
go.
put like a CV4 or something.
So
Yeah.
66%, 2/3 of you would put it in the bin.
Oh, I didn't vote. I'd have put it in the bin anyway.
I would sell it. So.
And there we have it, folks. This week's Vape It, Sell It, or Bin It.
It's in stock, reduced from £73 down to £58.95.
A mere $58.95. How has it held that value?
I have no idea. Hey ho.
Hey ho.
I fear we're going to start on Chandler's rant.
Yeah.
What rant?
I think it's about that time of.
Is this why you've given me all of 6 minutes in order to do it?
We started late, so you can go over a little bit.
Oh, right, okay.
Shall we start with signature mods, Chandler?
Honestly, can't remember what I've sent you. I sent them this morning. I know I shouldn't send you stuff this morning.
Shit,
because...
you sent it more earlier than 10 minutes before the show?
Yeah. I know this is the issue. Having sending it that early, I can't remember what I sent. Let's have a look. Let's do the coil of the week first. We always start with coil of the week.
Coil of the week. There we have.
Now, I must admit, I found this in SV. Would you believe?
This is something that comes with a Watofu tank.
I mean,
Sorry, what? Where? What? Don't know where that
look at that. Is that not just like awesome or what?
No, that is horrific.
It's bad.
What are you talking about?
Looks like a stock Watofu coil. The one they send you in the little rip pack.
I've got a stock Watofu in the gear. It's actually all right.
I want to know what
not
metal
bad.
it's made out of.
I have no idea. It's a bit grey.
It looks filthy.
It does look
One
a bit,
thing
doesn't
you
it?
can be sure of, Mark, it's cracking.
It's cracking.
Cracking.
It's certainly not cracking, boyo. I tell you that for nothing.
Oh.
It's fucking hideous, boyo.
Oh.
Someone obviously put a lot of time into plaiting it, but don't think I'd.
Cast iron. Cast iron or Canthal? I thought Canthal had got more of a shine to it than. Anyway, I digress.
Maybe.
Do you want to go for your Clutch GT rant?
Yeah, go on. Because look, this is more of a public service announcement rather than a rant. To be fair. So I spotted this post in somewhere. Where did I see it? Signature Mods. Unsurprisingly,
They're Vaseline over the lens when they took that photo.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it is a bit murky. But yeah, go. This guy posted a picture on Signature Mods of his Aspire Nautilus GT on top of his clutch, and okay, it looks a bit funky on top there, but hey ho, whatever tickles your fancy. If you want to use a mech to vape mouth along, why not? But it inspired a few comments, and I was a bit like, where? So the comments were, "It's a bit dangerous, that, mate."
Yeah.
Is it a hybrid or is it a 510 pin?
No, it's a hybrid. And
just the hole down to the battery.
Yeah, it's a hole straight. It's direct contact to the 510. Now I've got a Nautilus GT. There we go. And I had a look at it and I thought, why is it dangerous? Because my pin is quite protrudy.
That's a bit. Oh no, that is quite protrudy, isn't it?
It is quite protrudy.
But it's squishy.
But don't they?
Yeah, but it's only squishy. It's only squishy when you put your coil in, it pushes it out. So I kind of thought, well, yeah, hey ho. But I can understand. I've had it explained to me why it's dangerous, but not seeing as the last time I used stock coils really before that was C4 coils.
Because most stock coil tanks have a floating rubber pin, don't they?
Yeah.
Whereas any RDAs, the pin is threaded, so it is not going to move in and out of its own accord.
Yeah, absolutely. So that pin does move in and out. So this is kind of showing my ignorance because I don't use stock coils. I was like, well, that pin sticks out. That's going to be fine. What's wrong with it? And there was a lot of, don't use that, it'll explode, it's dangerous. But yeah, for exactly what you say, if the coil inside there comes loose and unthreads slightly, that pin is going to go back in. And if you're using it on that mech, short circuit, boom. So yeah, it is dangerous. But my first reaction with that was, oh, what's wrong with that? But yeah, so I learned something. You know, I might have been vaping for 10 years, but I learned something this week. There you go. Don't vape stock coils on a hybrid mod.
If it's got a 510 pin, by all means, go for it. But if it hasn't, don't.
Yeah. Apparently there's some issues with the stock coil. You don't know exactly how.
They compress, don't they, stock coils?
Yeah, they can do, apparently. So you can still get a short from a stock coil because you can't see inside it. You don't know what's what.
So did the guy get obliterated on that post then?
Pretty much. Yeah, I did take a snapshot of some of the comments, but it was lots of explosion gifs and that sort of thing. And don't do it. And hey ho. I can now understand why. But my first, experience vapor, my first thought was, why is that a problem? But there you go. You live and learn. Yeah.
Next up, we have the here, there, everywhere.
Yeah. Look at this. Is it me, or is that a little bit on the schmexy side?
No.
How should look? It's just like you could see right through it. It's like the glass slipper from Cinderella.
I have
I-
to ask you, Chandler, is it because it's just clear polished, or is it the shape of the mod?
Combination of the two. It's got an interesting shape to it.
I mean, I used to own a see-through sofa chair that blew up, but it didn't make it good.
Yeah.
But
that's not an
This
inflatable
mod, that wasn't my point, because it's pretty simple. You have a 510, you have a board, DNA, from what I can see,
Mm-hmm.
and a tube. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it just caught my eye. I quite like that with the clear and shiny.
So do you like that you can see LEDs flashing because it's transparent?
No,
Yeah, I was gonna-
Chandler, don't answer that.
Don't answer that.
I'm not going to answer that. The next, the question I was going to ask is, this frosted glass. Do you think that'll polish up
Hang on,
The
we've
one on
still
the-
got a
on
picture
the-
of your face.
on the Nibiru?
It's glass.
No.
Do you think that'd polish and go clear?
It's frosted on the inside as well.
Yeah, well, you can polish the inside as well.
How good are you with the lathe?
Oh, okay.
He just tries, he spins it, touches it, just shatters everywhere.
Yeah, no. I wasn't going to do that.
I like that it's
anyway.
frosted.
Because I know you can polish some frosted tanks. You can just polish using Brasso. Will polish it up and make it shiny.
Get some pearl drops on it.
Yeah, I'll do. Yeah. What was the last one I'd got?
I don't know.
Oh,
I couldn't
yeah.
work it out.
I can't remember where I saw this, where I got this from originally. But this is
what
a
is Puffoo?
This was. Was this did this get posted in the group? I can't remember where I saw it, but basically it's a new shop that opened up, and the reason I clicked on it was because it got a similar name to a local shop of mine, so I thought it was them, but it's not. It's a new shop that's opened in Manchester, I think. I'm not going to name it.
Does it say Puffo?
Puffoo.
Yeah, well, this is what it's using to promote this is on their website. And I'm looking at that going, that's an old e-leaf. How old's that? I've got it in draw. It's a bit more battered than that one, to be fair. And
That's the
what
100.
tank's that as well?
Is that the 50?
Yeah, that's the
That's the-
50.
That was the worst one of the lot, wasn't it?
That was the one that was was it the 5,000 milliamp hour or 450?
It was the explosive one.
Yeah.
Was it? That's the one I've got.
Oren9810 in chat has just said frosted glass is a material change. Polishing the glass won't make it clear, but it will make it lighter, more white color than the grey, but it will still be transparent.
I'll take the rubber sleeve off if I can. There you go. I got one. Does it work? Oh yeah, look at that. It's still got charge in it.
Jesus.
Jesus, you've even got a condom on it.
Oh yeah. And it's always have my rubber on safety first and all that. Yeah.
Bring in the Johnnies.
Yeah. So there you go.
Nice.
But yeah, I just thought that if you're opening up a brand new shop and you're wanting to promote it, why are you using like 5, 6, 7-year-old tech?
And more to the point,
What is the tank really?
can I just ask a question as well about that? Why on earth would you buy rolls of parcel tape and use string to tie your box up?
Wow.
Just
That vintage effect?
just out of curiosity. No, that's what you.
Why does the box say Puffoo on it when obviously the name of the shop is not Puffoo, not even.
You know why? Because that's called a mock-up photo. They've been out and they've got that photo, and you can apply your logo to that box.
And they just haven't.
It's called a mock-up photo.
Okay.
I'm thinking that they're like maybe putting some string around to wrap it like a present, just as an extra.
Maybe they want to put some wrapping paper on it first. Then
Mark says the 30 was a game changer. It was almost revolutionary.
I love the 30.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Look, there you go.
Apparently, they might have some Mirages in stock, motherfuckers.
Well, I thought you already got a deal on one from Ben.
No, he said he had one, and if he ever decides to get rid of it,
Well, he said that before. He can't keep teasing you.
That
It's
is
the
going
40.
strong. Horrible colour, but you know.
Come on, Ben. Let Mark buy that. Just sell it to him for stupid money or whatever.
What's next?
Cider doesn't really agree with my stomach.
No.
So there you go. That's it. That's what I've seen on Tinterweb this week.
Very nice.
Interweb. Take interweb.
Tinterweb.
Tintweb.
Didn't the web.
There you go. So yeah, public safety announcement, free of charge.
Yeah.
There we go. Don't use a clutch. Sorry, let me rephrase that.
Mhm.
Don't use a clutch. And also don't put a stock coil sub-tank on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on any hybrid mod.
Yeah.
Because just, you know, safety first.
Just don't use stock coil tanks on mech mods at all.
No, you're alright if it's 510.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just hybrid. Just hybrid.
Just don't use stock coils.
Good
Indeed.
reason.
Yeah.
I think we're about there tonight.
There you go.
I think we are too.
Indeed. We are back Friday with another quiz. This time it was going to be the Dutch contingent. It's going to be Ilse's quiz.
The little Kleine quiz. We're looking so forward to it.
I'm not looking forward to this one. Is Ilse still here? After the hint she gave the other day, I came home, listened to the audio that she put over, and I was like,
Whoa.
"Is that Scooter? Is it what is it?"
It's going to be difficult, but it's going to be fun.
It should be. It's weird when the advert is the highlight of the stream. Evening, Rick. And you know how to get rid of that advert, right?
Subscribe.
Yeah, I don't get adverts anymore.
Yeah, and I just went and checked the Nibiru group to see if they are actually having a list on Friday. Someone asked, I think it was today or yesterday in the group, if the next list was going to be on Friday, and they said maybe. So
Has the price gone up on them?
No, don't think so.
Someone, I think it was Shy earlier said the price has gone up.
Oh, well, I saw one in a group selling it for. He said the retail price was 100, and then he was selling it for 80. I don't know if it's because he got it because he has this 97 plus VAT. So if he bought it in Italy, maybe it was without VAT, and so that's why. But yeah, if someone has taken a fancy to it, watch out for the group. They started out by saying that they would have weekly lists, so I'm presuming that, but
Cool. Those of you that were lucky enough to win, I'm sure you're going to be friends with one of us on Facebook. Message one of us, and once we've decided how we're going to do it, we will point you in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's it. Alright. Where's he pointing?
why are you pointing?
At you.
For what?
Who to PM for the Nibiru?
No.
In fact, hang
We'll
on.
split it. Mark, you'll take the UK winner, and I'll take the other winner, which is, I believe he's in Egypt, but I think it's going to Austria as far as I know. But
Awesome.
where did he go?
And then just left.
Those that are worried they're not in the country,
We've got them there.
they're there.
There you go. Mark.
Oh,
This is where he drops them everywhere, breaks them.
Well,
there you go.
instruction manual, bits bag. I'm actually scared. Two.
It's like that video of that bloke who got that new iPhone that everybody's seen.
Oh, opened it and dropped it in the middle of the street.
That's the one.
Mark just found a Mirage in France. Drop me a PM, Dennis, please.
So the winners of the Nibiru, one of them was Mr. Sam Squires of Knights Vape, and the other one was, what was his name?
Yusuf Nafia.
There we go.
He is
Yusuf.
from Egypt.
Yeah. And if they fall through on them, then it will go to numbers 2 and 3, which we'll have to look up.
One was Kev, and the other was...
Mr. Billet Box. That was Kev.
One was Kev, and was the one before that...
I'll have to look it up.
Was it Mario? It was the one with the Volt meter
Yeah.
in between.
Yeah.
And I just realised that I didn't show our favourite... One of our favourite ones was actually that one.
Yeah. I want
Yeah.
that one.
That was our Irish entry.
Yeah. And it's funny because you can actually make electricity with potatoes.
Potato!
Potato.
Oh.
So, but he had already luckily got one off a list on Thursday, I think. So,
There
18650 potato.
is one that I really wanted to share, but I
yeah,
don't want to do it on here. Get yourself over onto the Facebook group and have a look
Yeah.
at the competition entries. And when actually, I might be able to
You
show
can
you.
barely see the tank.
I can. Oh no, I can't show you that bit.
I had to zoom in to. I had to be informed that there was a tank in the photograph.
I didn't notice the tank was like 5 times. First time I looked at it.
But no, take a look for Kevin. He yes, it was very good. It made me laugh.
His wife did take the photo for him.
And the question was, why am I taking a photograph of you with a tank stuck up your ass?
Yeah, that's pretty much the caption. He just couldn't be arsed to do it himself.
But if I said to Lindsay, lube me up, I'm going in, she'd be like, what's wrong with you? I can show you the close up. The close up says, I love Mark Dolan, he is not an asshole. I can't because even the screenshot has got a picture at the bottom of the tank inserted up his rectum. Guys, get yourself over to the Facebook group, have a look, and
Yeah.
give it a like. But thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure as always. Join us Friday evening for Ilsa's amazing quiz. Until then, we will see you next Tuesday. Adios,
Bye-bye.
motherfuckers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.